WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, often reviewing rare and exotic whiskeys. Once again, a Germany exclusive. This is Kingsbarns. Maybe you've seen some of the bottles already. From Dream to Dram was the first, or Field to Dram, whatever it was called, was the first. Ducot is now the replacement for that, the successor. They have a Bell's Rock out there. They have a Bumcree or whatever it's called. What is it called here? It's called the Balcomi. That's the Oloroso Sherry cask. And now we have here for the Germany exclusive a 7-year-old Loch Leven with 57.5% ABV. First fill ex-bourbon barrels exclusively. 1,680 bottles just for the German market. This is Vibrant Stills. This is Alba collection, and this is non-chilled filtered and natural color. Wow. Whiskybase 255546, and we have a recommended retail price of €56.90, which I think is absolutely fair and very, very nice for a basically cask strength whiskey, 7 years of age, from a new distillery. And what we want more and more as whiskey geeks are bourbon matured whiskeys. No sherry influence, no finishing casks, pure 7 years and first fill bourbons. It's fairly light in color for that. You can still see me through that. All right, so what's that little post-it thing here going on in here? For EU Marketplace. Okay. Huh. They forgot to put... All right. Each and every label has to have a importer address on there, just in case there's a recall. And apparently they forgot to put on the label. They say Germany exclusive, but they forgot to put the name of, apparently, they forgot to put the German importer on here with the address, so they had to put a little sticker on it. Yeah, don't you just... I've done that before. Have you stickered 1,680 bottles before? It was 890 some bottles I had to sticker new. Pain in the butt. All right, what am I going to compare it to? I could have compared it to the Nicneen cask strength. I'm not going to do that. I could have had one of the Clydeside. Last year there was that cask strength edition they put out there. Lindor's Abbey has had quite a few different very nice cask strength versions out there. Loch Lee, I don't know if there's been an unpeated version so far in cask strength. They're doing some amazing things out there. And I just went for something I just had laying around here on my shelf, was a Annandale single cask, number 511, 61.6% ABV. And this bothered me when I first bought it because it said here double oaked. And what it is here matured in a fresh, first filled, once filled, double oaked ex-bourbon cask. So this cask that they used here was used in the double oaking of another bottle in America. So a Woodford Reserve double oak cask. I thought that was I thought they had put this in two different casks. But no, they just tricked me with their wording. All right, so this is €75. No whiskey base number, single cask. Annandale is a little bit of a mystery for me, how they're making their money. I mean, they can make up to 500,000 liters a year. Kingsbarns makes about 200,000. Basically, it's always in cask strength by Annandale, and more or less almost exclusively single cask products. The Mana Word is going to be non-peated. The Mana Sword is going to be the peated variations there. I think they're just building a little bit of a market presence, and then they're going to cash out in the next couple of years. Someone's going to offer them 200 plus million. Might be Brown-Forman, it might be Suntory, it might be Pernod Ricard, Diageo, Campari, Bacardi, William Grant & Son. There's enough of these big boys out there that can just go buy a distillery And it's difficult to say no to a figure that big. Who knows? Maybe there are other plans. We'll see. Kingsbarns belongs to the family Wemyss. Wemyss is an independent bottler. There was another guy who actually tried to start this distillery at the very beginning. It's very close to St. Andrews up there. Some of the best golf courses in the world are there. And so it's in the Fife. Fife is a region, lowlands, southern lowlands over there. And all the barley is grown in the Fife. All the warehousing is done in the Fife. I do not know if the malting is also done in the Fife. That'd be good. Couldn't find out that information. If you know, put it down there. The distillery is in the Fife, and so they're very proud of that heritage, and they pick out some very, very good barrels for this. Can you see the difference here? This is 5 years old. This is 7 years old. This is first filled barrels. That's a first filled double oak barrel. That's amazing, the color differences here, all right? So this was for a 7-year-old product in the first filled barrel, first filled barrels, that's very, very light. Now on the nose, I get green apples, not crab apples, green like Granny Smith type of apples. I get a little bit of barley sugars. I get a little bit of wood spice, and I get a tiny, tiny little bit of here gooseberries. This is what we want as geeks. We want 57.5%, even if it's not perfect cask strength, still great. Bourbon matured exclusively. No port, no rum, no tequila, no sherry, no whatever else you got out there you want to put in there. This is the old-fashioned way of doing great whiskey. First fill bourbon casks, 7 years. This is what we want. And it's good. This is different. This has so much more oak going on in there. It's got the caramel depth. This is a fall and winter whiskey. This is a spring and summer, definitely a summer whiskey out there. Now, 57.5% from Kingsbarn is a little hot for me, so I'm just going to do this, put some water in there, and then review it. The mouth feel is much more complex than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be very simple, but there's some transitions going on in there. There's some good stuff. It is a tad little bit on the hot side, and it is a tad little bit on the mineral tart side. Now, I added some water. I brought it down from 57.5% down to 55, 54%. That's my sweet spot with this whiskey. That gets so much better. All right, let's try this again. Tiny little bit of heat. They say here, I'm going to read what's on the box. They say here a whiskey that exudes fruit notes, gentle vanilla, and crystallized ginger. All right, I'm not sure if I get the crystallized ginger. I do get a tiny little bit of white pepper. Now, the ginger spice and the pepper hotness can be intermingled. I might just have that incorrectly wired in my brain. This might be a ginger moment I have here, but I think it's more a white pepper. Now, put the water in there. That's not bad. I mean, we're talking about a C++ whiskey without the water. With the water, this is a summer delight. This is a B- on a good day, even a B whiskey. That's great. Last a little bit longer, good finish. As I said, summer sipping whiskey for nerds. Great stuff. Value for money, 56 euros, age statement, 57.5%, first fill bourbon, a new distillery. This is a solid C in my book. I might actually try to bump it up to a C+ here for that. 75 euros. They're going to pay 20 euros more for this. The Clydeside. How much was the Clydeside in cask strength back in 2023? Sorry, I have to take a look here. So Clydeside. side. Could not find it. I spelled it wrong, I guess. Oh yeah, I did. Where's my E? So the Clyde side, yeah, that was 66 euros. It was 10 euros more. It did have 60.6% ABV, that Lowland. Great price. Now, just as a comparison here, the Annandale. Sláinte. What pleasantly surprises me here is that the 61.6% are perfectly integrated. I don't want to put some water in this. This is caramel or caramel. This has a little bit of wood spice. This is the winter, the fall whiskey here. Here we have the summer and the spring whiskey. A little bit more wood spice, a little bit more of that dark, rich barrel moment that we love from bourbon. Here it's very light. It's very, very delicate almost. It's more of a fruity moment going on there with that green apple, maybe a little bit of pears, maybe a little bit of caramelized ginger. But this is very, very good for the price. So my first question of the day is, what is your favorite Kingsbarn distillery, and your favorite Kingsbarn bottling? Is it going to be back then the first one, that Dream to Dram? Is it maybe the new one, the Do Cot? Is it the Balcomi? Is it a STR single cask? Dr. Jim Swan helped both of these distilleries set everything up. They've developed in different patterns in different ways, but yeah, I'm not sure if all 1,680 bottles are going to be sold out immediately in Germany, but we have something here now that will last us basically until Christmas, when they reorder the next exclusive for Germany next year. That's some good stuff. Very, very nice. Well done, well done. Here, Vibrant Stills. Didi and Connie here at Alba Import. Thank you very much for watching, like, subscribing, maybe telling others about this crazy guy over in Germany, often reviewing whiskeys you'll never get your hands on. Single cask, Germany exclusive, small batch. That's the way things are, but that's the way things are for me. All the best. See you real soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell others. Bye.